Yeah, and we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
We can hear you
Does
perfectly.
it sound? It sounds clear
Yes, it
because
does.
my AC is on. I want to be
I
sure.
don't hear the AC.
So
Okay,
you can
great,
hear
great.
you. Hold on.
What do you mean? I hear him.
Yeah, you good? You can hear him too.
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that works. Does that work?
Y'all
Maybe
can
that's.
try it and see. That's
I
what I'm gonna
wanted to
figure out.
capture. Let me see. Hold on. No, I don't have another phone. Do you have another phone, RBI? Let's see if we can work this out. But before, as we doing this, we're gonna try to work it out. Let's kind of do a quick intro because we were definitely running a little bit behind on
Yes,
time. But we
sir.
usually do 8 o'clock. So here we are, the manuscript. As always, you already know it's me, your boy Al. We got Rob in the building, and then we got another guest again in the building today for everyone. So I'll let you introduce yourself because we usually let our guests introduce ourselves, and then after you do introduce yourself, however long you want to make it, a short introduction, we
Yes,
then go
sir.
around and share with our folks how we're feeling today, and then of course we push ourselves to say a feeling. So not just like I'm good, I'm chill, but like, are you feeling grateful? Are you feeling disappointed? Are you feeling embarrassed? Right? Really pushing for those emotions. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And take your time, brother.
What am I doing first?
God bless you, man.
Introducing yourself.
My name is Eric Az. I am a singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, host, entertainer, music producer, choreographer, and clothing designer based in Bronx, New York, by way of the West Indies.
You heard?
Nice, 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 nice.
And I am a recording artist currently right now. I'm an artist that is working on his craft. I'm doing music, producing music, performing music, live shows, and really getting the buzz going about Eric Az. So I like to think of myself as not a starving artist, but an up and coming artist because it's only a few,
I love it.
That's right. That's
only
right.
a
Amen
few,
to that.
only a few steps away.
And let me tell you, I
Yeah.
caught one of his shows, and the buzz is live. The
Yeah.
buzz is buzzing, baby.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that on here
Oh,
last week to
brother.
us when you went. You was really excited when you went. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still excited because there's always something new with Eric. Like he's actually taking his craft into. So Eric is a good friend of mine for about like 13 years, right? Eric, it's been
Yeah.
13 years.
Wow.
Yes,
Time
And
flies.
like
yes.
not to take over the thing
Thumbs
because I
up.
want him to get him to give it to us, but
Yeah.
he's been like just it's a beautiful surprise when you see your friend like become their best selves. And
That's fine.
man,
Yeah.
every time he goes on, like it seems to be a new song, like you know what I mean. And as an artist myself, I know that's not easy, but
Yeah.
he's in it. It's really work. It's really work. Like this week we have this agenda, and we
Yeah.
can't be on the same agenda next week unless the agenda that we have is a 2 week project. Yes,
Yep.
and
Yep. Yep.
it's like, oh yes, brother, love to you, and he's making time for people. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Which is
Yes.
hard. Which is hard.
Yes, that has been the balance lately,
Yeah.
making time for family and friends and making time for self in the process, like
Yeah.
amongst all of that, being able to like not let something, making sure to not neglect one or the other and giving everything as much as you can for each person or each idea or section of the life that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
listen to my man, y'all. It's not easy. It's balance. You
Yeah.
got to do it. You got to do it.
All right. So then the next thing I guess is just how we're feeling going
Yeah.
around. Usually, I mean, I could start. I usually don't start, but
No,
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, good, good. Yeah, go ahead. So usually just name a feeling. I don't have my feeling wheel, but usually Rob and I talked about.
yeah, we're pretty good on
Yeah,
it now. There's
yeah.
joy,
Yeah.
um,
So how would you say?
anger,
And obviously,
sadness,
however many feelings you're feeling today
love.
at this moment, Monday, June 30th,
Yes,
2025.
sir. The last day of
I'm
June.
feeling
Word. Last day of June.
I'm feeling two different things.
Okay.
Because, and I'll say this, I guess to give some preference, something, my spirit deals in duality. So I have an ability to see both sides of the spectrum and
Hmm.
have a clear understanding of it. So it's neither I or they or whatever the hell it is. But
Mm-hmm.
I am tired,
Mm-hmm. Right.
but I am proud. Those are the two feelings that I feel because I am continuing to show up for myself in ways that I didn't before. And to the extent that I have to question, I'm like, who are you? Like,
Mm.
who is this? The way that we're moving, just a little insight. I'm tired because yesterday I decided to push myself as an artist and see what if I could do like a 14, 15-hour day,
Okay.
meaning I get up and I get up and I headed out to the parade, walked into the parade, did a lot of walking around, met up with other artists, connected with them. After connecting with them, deciding I had two events that I had to go do, and then did one event that was in Upper Harlem, and then had to do another event that was down in Tribeca. Still making time for friends and family who are
Yeah.
coming to visit from out of state, and looking at myself and being proud of like, wow, like you're really doing it. And at the same time going, I understand why artists be by themselves most of the time. They just want to sleep.
Yeah, right.
They just want to sleep. But
Yo, rest is
those are the two
important,
feelings
man.
I'm feeling very tired because I'm pushing myself, and proud because I am pushing myself.
Okay. That's good.
I love to that, man. Love to that
Tired and
duality,
proud.
man.
Tired and proud.
Yeah, love to that duality, man. I can see it. I can see it as you push yourself. I mean, that's when you're pushing yourself to do the right things, you know.
Yeah.
Right, right. When you're
Yes.
pushing for your goals, for your dreams, when you come home from work and instead of, just laying down and watching TV, you decide, no, I got 4 hours or 5 hours. Let me make some beats, or let me write a song, or let me edit out this video. That's what it takes.
Love, love, love. So speaking on that process really quickly, I mean, I wanted to tap in the parade you were saying was the Pride Parade, correct?
Yes.
Love, but not to. We'll get into that
Yeah.
really quickly. The thing you just mentioned, those multiple hats. You do that on your music?
Yes. I produce my own music.
Which
I
is
write
big.
my
Which is
own
big.
music. And even down to the point where I'm working on creating live productions of the music to be able to cater to a live audience. And yeah, it's great to have a recording, but it's also great when you have live musicians and you can hear the thing that was buried in your psyche all of a sudden come to life, not by you, but by someone else hearing it and absorbing it in I don't know if that makes sense, like someone else taking on the art that you've created and now they're playing it for you, and yes, you're singing it and you're performing it, but it's so yes, writing my own songs, producing my own music, choreographing my own routines, pulling out the outfits for my whatever outfit I'm wearing as an artist, and whatever outfits I decide to wear as when I'm doing a certain stage show, and then by the grace of God, figuring out funding it all. Because if you ask me how, I can't answer that question, but funding it all, being able to not, because I'm an artist, understanding what it takes for other artists to do what they love to do,
Right.
and how they can be shortchanged for that, and so not wanting to do that, and also being able to say, hey, thank you for helping me out do this thing. Here's some compensation to show you my appreciation, not just a thumbs up or something. So yeah, wearing all of those hats, the best way to sum it up is like being an entrepreneur, and to wear all of those hats is it can be pretty exhausting, but I've with the way our world is twirling, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather be creating my own system that I can help people with,
Yeah.
emotionally, mentally, financially, rather than being a slave to somebody else and making, dare I say it, the white man a dollar for him,
No,
and
not the
not
white
having
man.
anything from my own family, my own legacy to
Yep.
build.
Yep. No.
I'm not
No,
racist
I
in any way. I
understand.
have no
Right.
No.
shade for
No. I'm
white
thinking about that.
people,
Yeah.
but it's a big deal to me to be able to
Yeah.
build and create something that is your own,
Yeah. Yeah.
something that people can't take away from you.
That's right.
And
Yes.
so, especially with the way that society has turned, and the political landscape and all those things, I encourage everyone. I'm like, if you have a God-given gift, go hustle that,
Mm.
because that is what will. If you really believe in it, that is what will put food on your table. Aside from the companies trying to pay you to not go live your dream.
Yeah. No, you said a word, man. You said a word there because I think that's very true. And with the way the world is it's like designed to get us to not even go there. It's designed to tire us out, to exhaust us, so that we're not even trying at the end of the day. And then we
Mm.
lost. You know what I mean? So, and then I see it. A lot of folks are really losing touch with their creative side, man.
Yeah,
Across the
man.
board, it's just really sad when
Passion,
you see
passion.
folks having fear and like just letting loose on the dance floor, or
Right.
you tell someone to write poetry and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't write. No, I never done this," and they're so shy to even try something simple. So yeah, So I think it's amazing how what music continues to do for a lot of people, and even you in your position.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen it as well, Eric. Like right when you perform, the amount of like the energy, energy transfer, and like folks feel like they could be themselves with you on stage, and it's a beautiful thing, man. It can
I
feel.
seen
I'm
it
sure.
firsthand, baby. I
I'm
seen
sure
it
like it could feel like
firsthand.
a responsibility sometimes, but like you know,
I
um,
think it's a responsibility, and this will tie back to mental health. I
yeah,
think it's
yeah,
a responsibility if you make it a responsibility. Um, and for me, that became I had but let's call it a soul searching moment
okay,
where I
yeah,
wanted
man,
to figure out what my purpose was, and I knew that doing that, helping people,
yeah,
making people, bringing people to life, reminding people of their strength, that was part of my God given purpose. And so I was like, I don't want to be a preacher. That's not, it's not that I can't do it. It's just not something that's in my spirit currently or I can
to
see right
preach,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I know that I know that's something that's a gift that I can do. And I'm like, if I can, I have an art, I have a gift, I can sing, I can act, I can perform, I can use my
Hmm.
body as an instrument to tell these stories,
hmm
stories of people who are underprivileged, things of that nature.
speak on it, yep, yep,
Ah,
yep, yep, yep,
and
yep.
my music became the way to do that in creating music that I like to so my brand overall is aggressive self-love
Yes,
because
it
my music is
is.
about mental health. It's mental health music that you can shake your ass to, but it's mental health music.
Well, we need
And
that.
it's
We need that.
yeah, we do need that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so that going back to the statement, it depends on you.
yeah,
You have the ability as the artist to decide whether you're going to just put out fodder and only add to the chaos that is this world, or whether you want to be a message, a voice of importance, and be the change in someone's life.
yeah.
Yo, love, man, love to that word. You see, man, yeah, look,
Go ahead.
world. Just to be
Y'all can cut me
transparent.
off if I talk too long.
No,
Just
not at
because
all,
I can get
brother.
long with
We
with
okay.
you.
Yeah,
We all right.
like,
Thank you for the open window. Thank you for giving that
yeah,
opportunity.
for sure.
I don't think it will because you sound like I'm just saying. Just you're tapped in, my brother. You're tapped in, and I've seen you perform, brother, and I've seen many versions of you, and I can't wait for the world to see this
To see, yeah.
version and the many more versions to come, brother, because it's a beautiful journey, man. Even the song right now, love don't love me. The world doesn't quite know that they got a version that if you're live and you're present, this is what I love about what we're doing. You have to get there,
Yeah.
and there's a version that is existing right at this present moment that not many are aware of. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I just love how you're tapped in. I just love how you're tapped in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so we're gonna get back to that mental health piece because I think
Oh
what we have
yes.
lined up it relates to that as
Oh,
we
for
wrap up
sure.
against men's mental health. So Rob, did you say how you were feeling real quick though before we move on
Not
to
at
the
all,
verdict?
but if y'all can't tell how I'm happy, man, I'm happy. I'm joyous. I feel playful. Um, like just love, man. I had a lot of burdens of like confusion, sadness just lifted off of me, man. And the oddest thing was that I didn't have to address it. I had to just because I'm a rapper, I had to address it, like
Yeah.
locate it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Y'all see what I did there? I had to
Right.
I had to like locate it, like,
Mm.
and actually love to Eric being here because Eric helped me with one of those challenges I was having in my life, where in terms of location, he was talking about meeting people halfway, especially your loved ones, and not like dragging it, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like I was dragging it. And you make so many reasons, so many excuses. We're always gonna have a reason, but what is your goal? For me, my big reason for anything that I feel passionate about is honestly unity, and it's like a wholeness, right? Even if it came one time, I had a close friend I felt coming in between me and music, and it was because music was making me feel whole, and I knew that what they were coming in between with me, I cared about, and I could make whole in a future moment, but this present moment, this mattered to me. But on God, like I didn't feel like that was a mistake, because even to this day, that's something that was lifted, and we're good, and we're speaking again, because
Nice.
I'm in a good space, right?
Good, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I understood where wholeness comes from. Like you cannot remove the piece that you are and try to make it make sense to everybody, and then they start reshaping themselves for you to enter back in. You know what I mean? That starts triggering abandonment. That starts triggering like guilt and shame, where you gotta ride with your people. And my man Al was telling me that myself, or it's a lesson I had to learn. If one of us is disrespected, all of us is disrespected. So that's unity. Like,
Yeah.
so man, I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great,
Nice,
man.
nice. To piggyback on that, I am pretty grateful myself. I'm starting vacation now, so just grateful.
Yes,
and
sir.
I
Rested.
I am feeling more rested. I haven't been feeling well these last few days, so today I've much more healed. So I just feel I tired still, like but I'm grateful and excited, to be honest. There's a lot to look forward to this summer again with breaks, going to the doctor, and doing fun things outside. So yeah,
Love.
grateful.
Yes, we're outside
Fun
this
things
year.
outside,
We outside,
y'all.
yeah, doing things
Yo,
outside.
COVID
So
affected all of
Yes,
us,
I usually
y'all.
be inside, but I've been outside this
that's
year, and
good. That's good.
it's wow.
Yes.
Well, one of the things we were doing is challenging ourselves for Mental Health Awareness Month, right? And so this
Right.
last week, our challenge to ourselves was to meditate at least for 5 minutes a day. So starting from last Monday to this Monday, we were challenging ourselves to meditate at least for 5 minutes. So me, I'll be honest, I was successful for the first 5 days. I think I really
That's
fell off
great.
on the weekend. I did not meditate at all.
That's great,
It's
brother.
interesting.
5
It's
days is
interesting.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
5 days
So,
is great.
so it was helpful, because, but like we said with mental health, man, it's hard. Like, when you work on your mental health, it's something that is over time. So
Yeah.
you have to remember to do it. So it was going great. I was meditating. I was doing some yoga in between, which I think supported in terms of me getting to meditate.
Okay.
And it was helpful. So did you get a chance to meditate?
I did.
For like 5 minutes or more.
Yeah, I did. The odd thing again was that I wasn't structural with it. I just had moments that I knew, like, I just saw the opportunity present itself that I could have a moment to myself, and then I took it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My
Well, yeah,
my
that's the point.
meditation
Right.
didn't come as this,
Oh, no, but that's what I meant.
So
Like
I
I
didn't
meant
know if he
meditation
meant-
like that. Yeah, I meant
but my
meditation.
meditation came like,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
My
Like,
meditation
really
did come in breath. It did come in breath.
for like 5 minutes.
But
or
it
more.
wasn't like it wasn't like Indian, like what forgive
Oh,
me
no,
if
it
that's a
doesn't have to be-
derogatory
No, it
term,
doesn't have to be.
right? It
just-
wasn't Indian pose,
But it
and
is intentional breathing, though. But it is intentional breathing.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And like breathing.
Lord knows,
Intentional breathing, intentional moment of silence,
Yes.
so you can hear your thoughts and then navigate the thoughts and clear the thoughts that are unnecessary.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
fellas,
I actually love meditating, and that's something I practice regularly.
beautiful.
I actually do that in the mornings. I spend an hour just kind of like 5 minutes doing a deep breathe.
Oh, beautiful.
Some of that's included in my prayer. I do my prayer, for 30 minutes, and then turn around and like I'll say a good 20. I'm reading like motivational things,
Nice.
but in between it, I'm listening to like soft music and kind of like, all right, this thing I just read, okay, and meditate on that thought. Okay, that is a positive thought. That is something that you want to carry with you. So I think I encourage
Nice.
meditation.
We got the right guest
Yeah,
on, man. We
well,
got
well,
the right
that's
guest to
beautiful.
close it out.
Well, it's a challenge for me, because I think I like to. It's not a practice that I still have, so it's like I have to, carry.
Have you ever?
And
You
like,
try?
like last week, yeah. But like last week, we were talking about Headspace, using like the app Headspace and Calm, and
Yes.
using some apps. So I do use apps. But
Okay,
I think,
okay.
I think for me, it's become like I said, I do admit, like, it becomes like one of those things that I sometimes downplay and be like, oh, it's okay. Like, I just stretch. So my stretching is my meditation. But it's like, no, because it's something different when you sit there
yeah,
and you
bro.
for
Well, stretching is
5
a great
minutes.
meditation too, because
No.
that helps you to release certain tensions within your body that are
For
holding
sure.
emotional trauma and things of that nature.
Yes.
So, stretching again. I mean, for me, when I think of meditating, you can be stretching while meditating.
Yeah.
You can be in silence while meditating. You can sit in the Indian pose, but the whole point of it is to like take a moment where you're just breathe, like you said, doing the deep breathing
Mm-hmm.
and just really like making space to just like, okay, hold on, take a pause. I think that's amazing. I think that's a great.
Yeah, I kind of almost had no choice. I've been experiencing like a newfound asthma thing going on with my
Oh,
body,
yeah.
so it's pretty interesting that those deep breaths were like forced upon me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Well, it's something that we're pushing. So, Eric, if you don't mind me asking, when did you start like meditating? Because I often like when we were talking about the idea for meditation. I brought up how like when I work with folks, having a social work background and then talking to folks about self care options, and then men especially, meditation is one of those things that is hard to get into because again, it does require you to sit with your thoughts, and sometimes for folks, that is a lot. But there is power in it. So when did you start like making it a daily practice, and do you recall that moment where you were like, okay, this is giving me some clarity. This is to my benefit. This is my medicine. Because again, like working on your mental health is like working on your physical health. Sometimes you go to the gym once, you lift some weights, and you're like, oh, this is so like, I just want to get brolic already. Some people give up too early because you go for a week
Right.
and you're like, I'm not seeing any results. So mental health sometimes is that way where you're like, you may stretch, in my case, right? I may meditate 5 days a week, but then I kind of fall off. I'm like, nah, I'm fine. So it's like, I tell myself, no, it's that reminder, like it's a daily practice. So for you, do you remember when was that? I mean, or were you always like that? Because, I mean, that's also another thing. I don't want to discount that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Talk
Were
to
you
him,
always
Eric.
meditating?
Talk to him, Eric.
You know what I'm saying?
I had learned meditating in high school.
Okay.
Through my dance class because we would be forced to take like a 5 to 10 minute pause where we
Okay.
just like laid on the floor and it was a breathing session. So that was where I first learned it. I didn't put it into practice. I'll say probably somewhere because I'll say after like 2021.
Okay.
Like I was doing it spottingly before, or sporadically before,
Yeah.
and then it was like after 2021 I started making it a point, and then by 2022, I was just like, yeah, this has to be an everyday thing because I'm gonna crash out if I don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we met. When we met, we were over here like after doing shows, we was buying snacks. We needed snacks,
Hey, snacks can be soothing. So
I
soothing.
miss snacks so much.
I use I'm going through that now where
I
I'm
miss
using
it
snacks
so
to soothe
much.
something, and I'm just like,
Ah,
let's get. I need to get back on my grind.
I miss it so much, but it's just I can't. Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. And so I think it's a great example. So it's
Doritos.
just great to hear from somebody, again, who practices and another man who practices it because, again, I find the power in it. I know for myself, I'm trying to implement different things, journaling.
Yes, sir. I love that about you. That's something very new. And then he does video journaling.
Yeah,
Man.
just trying to different ways to continue expressing
Beautiful.
myself and vlogging in a way, but like to keep it myself private, right? So it's like I talk to myself,
You're
I
right,
hear myself,
100%. That's
to
dope.
kind of like,
Yeah, bro.
just get your thoughts out because sometimes that's all it is.
Seeing
Sometimes
yourself
we're,
is
we're, we're,
different.
we're living in here a lot,
Yup.
and and so
And I love vlogging because when you do it, it's in the moment, so you're getting like your real stream
man.
of consciousness.
I can't
think that
imagine.
it's so cool. It's amazing because then when you go back and look at the video, you're like,
Dude, yeah.
Wow.
I have journals and I have voice memos.
Yeah.
But putting that together with visuals is a
Yeah.
next level.
So if anyone does,
Which is kinda like this.
I would definitely recommend it if anyone has the tools to do so.
That's
then,
next level,
or grab
man.
your phone. But I know some folks, there's privacy issues that you're afraid about recording yourself and whatnot. So definitely be careful. But if you
There
can,
ain't no running away from that. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
say, well,
But
no, that
if
was
you
AI. That was
can-
AI.
But if you can, I'd say go for it. Any way that you could just express yourself and express your thoughts, because I think now, especially more than ever, and as we get older, it's much more important. Because again, life will do it to us, and then we won't have time for ourselves to even think. So
Or others, man.
Or others, or
and that
others.
brings me to kind of where like, do you have I'm feeling like a natural pivot. Do you
I was
have,
gonna say, no, go ahead.
talk to me.
No,
Wait.
go ahead.
Well, because the natural pivot was when you said like you don't have time for others, and it just makes me think, or yourself. But then I was thinking others is just this whole thing that that we kind of had just for the world so you could know, we were already kind of reeling off of the great conversation that I love to everyone who saw it with Ishmael Castillo last week. We have those episodes. I just need to edit. I put it on me. I take accountability. And we just need to edit it and print it out to you guys correctly. It motivated this conversation, and we were just kind of talking about soulmates. And when you say that, I just think about, what I'm saying, I think the video blogging, you seeing yourself, not criticizing yourself or holding yourself in contempt or being defensive and being like, oh no, I can't believe, not doing that, but loving yourself, like working with yourself the way you do in a relationship. You know, I just felt that natural pivot.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't want to like, you
Can
know,
we get some more water?
I don't want to take it over, but yeah, brother. I would say, yeah, I would share too. Like, where are you guys at with mates? You know, soulmates. I know, but you know, the world.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk.
Well, I think it was. I'll add to it because I know when I was thinking about it, this idea of soulmates. Last week we had a moment with Ish where we were like, we said like, sort of joke, and then we said pause, and then made it think about like male relationships, and then this idea of pause and the homophobia around like pausing someone when they say something sexual, and especially men, and then it's like we laughed it off, of course, and then we were like, oh, you know, we had a moment. It's like, oh, we know we don't mean it that way. We don't mean it that way. And then, it just sparked a conversation like, is that even necessary, right? Like, kind of had review this idea of the pause culture. But then more importantly, like, is that impacting potentially male relationships? And, like, is it stopping us from like, getting to a place of vulnerability? Because there's always this, like, limit. So it's like, pause, which is the limit. Like, okay, we're going to limit this thing, and we're going to remind you with this idea. But I don't know. Again, maybe it doesn't.
It's
Because
complex,
again, people
man.
have different relationships.
It's complex.
Right? And then there is this idea of like, when you even think about this concept of soulmates and male friendships, like, this idea of soulmates is often thought about as the opposite gender, usually, right? Someone being your soulmate. And
it has to be because it's intimate, sexual.
Yeah. Well,
and then
intimacy and romance are two different things. You can be intimate with a friend, but being romantic is something different.
Give it to us.
Yes.
I hear you. I agree.
But it all gets lost in that shuffle, right?
Yes.
Especially, and especially, I think the way, again, I would say, way I was taught, and the way I think most men around me were taught, right? It's like a soulmate is a very intimate, and again, intimate means romantic always, and then like your soulmate is of a different gender, right? Like this concept of soulmate or someone who you're supposed to be attached to for the rest of your life, it's someone of the opposite gender.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because soulmate, again, represents this person, this thing that's like super, super close to you. But I don't know. There's questions to that, right?
Like the soulmate is supposed to be like the completion of you, like your other half.
Right.
Yeah, all those words, twin flame.
And is it just soulmate or soulmates?
Right.
I don't know. Is there more than one?
You made me think of breaking down the word.
When I think soulmate, I guess when I think of soulmate, I'm thinking of someone that you've known, not just in this life. It's a soul or a spirit that you've come across. Like y'all have always come together in different lives.
Nice. Okay.
That's why you're soulmates, because you always find each other in each different life. So yeah, that's why my concept of soulmate comes from. Like, this is someone that no matter what, in every lifetime that y'all have come across each other, and so even that person that you meet, and you be like, you look so familiar. I feel like I've known you forever, but I've never seen you before. That concept is where I believe I'm like, okay, because a soulmate, I'm like, a soul is a bigger deal than this is a shell that we're in now.
Yeah.
So the soul travels through different lives, whereas this is a different body we're in from the life that we had before. So that was my concept behind like,
man, that's just making me smile because that's so like Marvel, like Doctor Strange. There's only one. It's like no, there's multiple. There's multiple.
Multiverses and all of those things.
Well, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. Well, what do you think about that, Rob? Because I think that's
I'm all about challenging the establishment and challenging societal norms, right?
Yes.
I wasn't always comfortable doing that, but as I begin to love myself and find comfort in who I am and who I'm designing myself to be on God's time, like, I break down things a lot, right? Like, so that word I would bring, like, I would ask myself, like, okay, soul, right? Soul, we're all souls. Yeah. And it would be fine if I just say, these are my mates, right? But it gets, why is it that when you put that together in a sentence, right? Is it conjugation?
Well, it's the way we're taught, right?
Right,
that's what
exactly.
I'm saying. Yeah.
And I would have the question of, you don't have an issue when it be like, yeah, I'm with my mates. Right? And obviously, like we have soul connections. Why then, when I say I'm with my soulmates, everybody's like, whoa, y'all thing?
Well, but
it's like I think that's just there's a gap in language and spirit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I find it in myself when I was losing my spirit, or so my spirit felt lost. I lost my language. I didn't know how to communicate with y'all. Like, you know, like the only thing I could do was do this. I could just throw myself onto a screen and be like, yo, what up, world? How you feeling? A message just came through to me. But I felt like it would be missed because I wasn't living that. I would have those sporadic moments of truth to capture on camera, but I had to have it all around. I had to walk with that all around. You know what I mean? But I would have moments where if I lost myself, I needed to go and, you know, step away, and you won't see me for a few days or a few weeks, and you won't get communication. So I think that's where that all missed. But it's just to not run off on a tangent, man, how I feel is like a soulmate now, how I feel. I did get raised to think that a soulmate is eventually, that's your life partner.
Yeah.
Now to me, I'm tapped in with two of my soulmates. You know what I'm saying? These are my brothers. These are people who I've gone through so much with, so many ups and downs, so many times where like I was down and y'all just didn't burrow me down. Y'all kind of just maintained, and that was like an indirect inspiration, like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I say these are my soulmates, because the way they maneuver in their life for themselves inspires me. Like, and like it takes it just will bring me to another level without even conversation needed. That's the soul part. You know, these are my mates. Yeah. Right? And when y'all tap in and y'all feed my soul, like, is love. Like, and I think even now this was a difficult thing to y'all don't know, there was technical difficulties to get on here. You know what I'm saying? But we're here, and that's what I'm saying. Like, wow, like sometimes divisional energy would try to go ahead and stop things that like God is trying to unite and just make. And it's just real simple, bro. Love to RBI for the space. Love to RBI for using his hands and his feet, moving around, doing things that y'all don't see. Love to AL-BEATZ for tapping in for the technology. Love to my man Eric, that I know like he likes his shit to be punctual, and we try to be early. But 8 o'clock is so funny, the irony that we started on art like what we usually do. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't forcing it. You know, love, just love.
The punctual thing is, do you know what's crazy? The punctual thing has only become more of a thing because of the artist side.
Yeah.
AZ.
Because of that having to be like, I have a show here, but I also double book, so I got to be able to like. I've realized like even now, like yesterday, that punctuality, because I'm telling you, I'm a person where I'll be like, I'll be 15 minutes late. I'm letting you know, I'll be 15 minutes late. I'll let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
But being more punctual now is just something that I've always believed in it. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's become even more crazy now. And it's simply because I'm like, every minute is a dollar. Every minute is a dollar that can be made. Every minute is an opportunity that is missed. And so it's weird how, again, when you start to focus more on yourself, when you're thinking more about your mental health, when you think about how to nourish yourself more and feed yourself more and learn to understand yourself more, and so you can be transparent with those that you care about, it's amazing the things that you reveal and learn about yourself.
Yeah, and that's not an easy journey, man. You know, it's very, like, guys, when we talk about these things on this feeling wheel, like, like it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable. You know, at times you feel weak, at times you feel
I think embarrassed.
Yeah, embarrassed.
And again, for men, I think for men specifically, because I think, you know,
because you gotta get your shit together. You know, even like I love you, pops, but even my pops saw me, and I was living a whole life. But when I'm going here, he as a man, he's a very man's man, and I understand him now, because, you know what I'm saying, what he got, you have to accept what they got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to love what they gave. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm talking about the good. You have to, like, for your spirit, one of the fruits that give life is goodness. So you have to do that work to try to find the goodness. You know what I'm saying? So besides all of that, my father hit me with I can't wait to see you get your life together. And that hit me for like I was like, whoa, what? Like, it's, you know, I'm struggling, but damn, you ain't never give me like a, hey, I see you get your stuff together. You just gave me like, I see you fucking up. I can't wait for you to get it right. You know, and it's just, again, like, let's not do that to each other, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the intent, but your intent doesn't land without the proper execution. You miss the target. and ask yourself what your goal is. And I know you're just trying to empower your homies. You know what I mean? But there is power in kindness.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Right.
So
Yeah.
be kind.
That's a
man.
word. There's power in kindness.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah, shout out to I think May
And
Flowers
I think, and I
helped
think you
gave
could
me one of
be
these.
you could be direct and kind. You know, I think some people
Yes.
think you have to be mean to be direct. I don't think you have to be mean to be direct with
Right,
somebody
right,
or
right,
honest.
right.
You know, that's another thing as well.
I think we're in a society where people mistake directness as being mean.
being-
I agree with
yes,
what you're
that being-
saying.
yes, yes,
You
yes,
don't
yes.
have to, because people like to say, "Oh, I'm being blunt."
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean to be blunt.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can, because blunt, you can be direct and you can still be kind.
Yes,
In your delivery, you can still be considerate.
Yes,
in your
exactly,
delivery.
exactly.
Right, right.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen too often, you know. And I think, you know, even you sharing that about your
Not
dad.
amongst men.
Yeah. I think, and not amongst men. I think again is that expectation when we look a certain way, we have muscles, we present a certain way, that, you know, there's a certain like, oh, you could take it. So I think people talk to us a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
Depending on how you present, you
man
know.
up, man up.
And the expectation is that you can handle it, oftentimes, but that's not the case. So I think it is unfortunate that I think especially a lot of older generation of men still carry that, and I mean younger generation of men too, unfortunately,
Yeah.
still push that amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could say that's our generation, because
Yeah,
just an example of last week of it's just innate in us. It's that thing. It's interesting because I've never really been the pause person, but then having seen it, I guess I've never I never understood it in the first place. I understood it, but I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess we're funny. I guess that's funny, but. You know, I think it's taken on a life now where, again, it's on us to fix what we've, kind of broken a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's on us to kind of reteach them. Okay, hey, yeah, that is funny, but and the crazy thing is they're willing. Like the kids today, yeah, they're willing with their Gen Z behavior and all of that. Yeah, I'm dating my girlfriend who also has another girlfriend or something like Like it's there, they've got it. They've got it. So I think we've just gotta connect connect the gap
for sure,
or bridge the gap. Sorry.
No, I do think that's a. I agree. I think, and not be afraid to do that. Not be afraid to step in, and also not be afraid to like say, you know what, there's some things we have to let go of ourselves. I think there's a lot of stuff that we still hold on to, and think we have to sort of continue some certain trends and stuff like that. That's like we can kind of leave that in the past, and we'll be fine. Just as fine.
It's not who you have to be.
Absolutely.
Love.
And with that, I will say, because it made me think of the month. I mean, we gave a shout out to like June because there's so much going on in June.
So
but
much.
even though we talked
Even
about
elections.
men's mental health awareness, it is Pride Month. I mean, as well. And I know for me, as a heterosexual person, a man, like I know it's been like. June has always been Pride Month to me. It never was about men's mental health.
Same.
Right, that's something fairly new.
There's something very new, but also thankfully, I had very early on experiences like with the community so far, so it expanded my thinking. And thankfully, I didn't grow up. I mean, if it wasn't for my household, might have been a little bit more homophobic in terms of like the messages I got. Thankfully, it wasn't blatant. I don't think I've ever heard my family talk really negatively or even use the F word, like faggot.
Yeah.
Like that.
My fault. Yeah, no, that's not even start.
But again, it was like school programs and friends I made in high school, early years that opened my eyes and made me, honestly not hateful, an hateful person. Just be secure, really, around different communities and people that don't identify as myself, because it's just about that. Like I had to recognize that. Where did I get my own identity from? Well, why do I like what I like? It's not just because I was born this way, but then I had to question some things. The Pride Parade was just yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
My first time going to the Pride Parade, because I actually went.
Oh man, you guys could have bumped into each other.
I was like 15 years old.
Oh, I thought you meant yesterday.
No, the first time I went.
Wow,
No, I've been a couple times. The first time I was 15 years old, and I was working for this program, and we were
Safe Horizon.
No, it was called Latino Youth in Action.
Love.
So they worked primarily to raise awareness around like STDs and HIV awareness in youth, but of course there was also issue with LGBT youth in early 2000s.
They're still around, Latino Youth in Action?
It's been defunded since early on, since I was probably left high school, unfortunately. But we did a lot of work, and so that was my first introduction to like the parade, the Pride Parade. I walked the Pride Parade. I still remember vividly, like a lot of the memories I had prepping for it, walking it, being like, "Wow, this is new." Seeing so many colors, so many people, so much happiness, honestly, and then being like, and then going home like, "Is this why everybody's so mad about?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is everybody just, you know? Like, again, thankfully, but I was young, you know, and I understand for a lot of young men at the time who would have been me, it would have been like, "Oh, why am I here? Oh my God, like, oh, there's gay shit, oh, there's gay shit going on, and like, what's going on?" But listen, there was a lot of people at the parade, man, and I'm sure this time around the same thing. Families, children, like I mean, when you get to a certain point, it's just as adults.
Yeah, my friend
But you go
Amanda
during
had
the
her
day.
child there.
Yeah, but you go during the day, but
You go during the day.
you know how to party, man.
Yeah.
Folks know how
I
to
went
party.
during the day, and then I came back at like 12 o'clock at night, and I was like,
Okay.
this is the pride that I avoid, because
Night
Oh,
and day,
yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Night and
Actually,
day,
quick
literally.
shout out and love to those two victims of the shooting in by Stonewall.
Yes.
Man, love
One
to
of them
them.
is
love
still
to
in
them.
critical condition, and one of them is
Oh.
all right. Yeah.
Really?
Wait, I thought one.
Yeah.
I thought one passed. Was shot like in the cabeza.
No, wait, hold on a
One is
second.
in
I gotta
critical
look
Oh
this
my
condition.
up.
God! Yes,
How
God
did I
One
miss
is in
this
bless them.
critical
news? No
condition, and
freaking
one
way.
got shot in the leg when she's
Yeah,
doing.
bro.
doing
You know
a
what's
Wait
so
a
race.
minute, wait
sad?
a minute.
What's
What
so
did I
sad
miss?
was that
What
it was
did
at
it-
Stonewall.
What did I
And
miss,
shout
y'all?
out to
Did I miss-
Yanis Cotto. It happened at night. It was late, like
Really?
9 o'clock, bro.
How the hell I missed this
10
news?
o'clock. Yeah, it was bad. It was late. It was late. It was late.
Oh
It was
my
late.
God.
You know, Taylor Ray works there.
Oh no! Really?
She was she was managing that day, the at the Stonewall, but I think she said for the night shift she wasn't going to be at Stone. She was going to be at a different location.
That's crazy.
So
Oh,
yeah,
God bless her.
that's why
Oh,
when you
my.
wrote me, that's why I was like I had to go and check. I wanted to check in
Oh.
on.
No way.
that.
Hold on.
Love to you, Taylor. T-Rex. I see you.
But yes, as
Wow,
someone
I'm so
who
happy
is-
that
So
you
wait, can you guys
love.
just to kind of like, well, I'm looking this up with the story because I must have missed it. So
I
that's
mean,
actually,
brother,
yeah, I'm looking it up
you
now,
know what I
but
know.
I did not know what the story. What
It
what
was
happened
apparently
recently.
they thought it was multiple shooters. Then it narrowed down to they were looking for one shooter. They haven't captured the person. That's all I knew, man. I tapped in with Eric because I knew he was moving around. I knew that I heard the trains were shut down, so I was just thinking about him, thinking about Yanis because I know Yanis Cotto, my friend of mine. She did a show as being Stormy, who was a very political figure who just did a lot for the community. And the Stonewall Inn was just a place that she called home and protected. Rest in peace. But man, like, man, that's just
Okay. So I'm reading here that so it did happen overnight. So I'm looking at ABC News. So it says the headline reads 2 teen girls shot, another stabbed in Greenwich Village near Stonewall Inn during fight.
Yeah.
And that was reported as of Monday today at 4:42 p.m. So apparently 2 teenage girls were shot and a third was slashed in a burst of violence between 2 rival groups of teenagers Sunday night.
Ay, Dios.
Just blocks from the Stonewall Inn as
Speaking
Pride
of the
festivities
youth,
were
huh?
right,
Wow.
were winding
Okay.
down.
I'm telling you, I captured some footage out there
Yeah,
last
damn.
night.
It was a lot going on.
Something, and it
Yes.
was a lot going on, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Let's go to the train.
Let's
We're
leave.
leaving. I don't want to be out here."
Love to you, man. Love to
Damn.
you for being just checked in with that. And, you know,
And
my
then,
heart,
you
my
know,
heart goes out
it's
to
crazy
everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no. But it was a beautiful day.
Okay,
it
the
was
day,
a
yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
day, and I'm saying that as someone who I've had very, very bad experiences at Pride, not because of the people, more so just because of the logistics of how they set it up.
Okay.
You know, I deal with claustrophobia, so sometimes those tight spaces, I'm like, knuck
Oh.
if you buck, and that doesn't work. But it was really nice yesterday. It was really spaced out, and it was interesting because even as I was marching, I was supposed to meet up with a group of friends who were marching with Bronx Pride,
Okay.
but they were late. And so I was like, I did not come all the way down here for nothing. And so I just kind of jumped in on the parade with YMCA
Okay.
and was just
Right.
like,
I'm with the
and so walked the
YMCA.
just walked with them.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
what I thought was interesting was as I was walking, again, going back to, it was interesting to see straight men out there. It was interesting to see that kind of support
Yes.
and to see secure men out there, with their girls or even just supporting their gay friends. To see them out there, it was like, oh wow, okay,
Yes.
we're not far off. Like we're not letting society and all of these different things dictate
Yeah.
how we interact with each other. We are learning to interact with each other the way that we should.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say that was my experience when I went years ago. So I went like twice. Once I walked it, the other time it was just I went towards the end. And I did see that there, like, again, the support, which also, again, surprised me because I did not expect to see them. I'm like, oh, my. So there's folks who support. And, again, it's good to talk about and see it because if you let the world tell it, it's not that way. It's not the case. You know, if you let the world tell it, Pride Parade is just a bunch of pink and, like, a lot of, like, you know, things just flown around. It's just weird stuff happening, but it's not like that, you know. It's just people being themselves, having fun, having a freaking party and celebrating who they are. And that's it, and which we have a right to. And again, all oppressed folks of this country have a right to. And any country where there's oppressed folks, we have a right to stand up and, like, be ourselves and speak loudly. You know, so shout out to that, man. I mean, I would be down to go to the parade myself. Actually, I would like to go to every parade of the city. I haven't done my rounds of parades, but, like, the West Indian one, I heard it gets crazy. Like, you know,
What is that?
Yeah, that's Labor Day parade.
Like
That's Labor Day parade. There's a lot of dancing.
I heard there's a lot. Yep.
Yo,
would
E,
say
invite
from the
me.
marching
Let's go together,
aspect,
baby.
It's calm, right?
From the
marching is
marching
calm.
aspect, it's fine.
Yes. It's the
Yeah,
after.
but to be when I'm behind the barriers, I'm like, look, I'm not fit. Like, come on, we got a problem here. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that.
No,
I'm
it is a
very
lot.
much,
It's a lot of ruckus.
Okay.
It's a lot of ruckus. It's a lot of ruckus.
Friday after next, the second. Oh no, the second Friday.
Which one was
No more locked doors.
No.
Like, I don't like that. Like, don't put me behind the barriers. Like, if I'm walking though, I felt like I was like, okay, this is very much main character energy. I was like,
Yes, yeah. Everybody cheering and
Nice,
stuff in the
yeah.
middle. Yeah. Although it's a lot of
Yeah.
walking. How much is mad
Let's
miles?
get
This is
into it, man. Let's
mad
get into
We
miles.
it.
started at 26th
Let's get
Street
into it.
and Madison. We ended up down by Christopher Street and, like, West 10th or something like that. Yeah. So it didn't feel long.
Okay. That's not.
It didn't feel long. Like, it felt like we were walking maybe an hour and a half. What I did find interesting was that I think there's multiple parades that happen. Like, there's one that happens in the morning, and then they, like, they breathe, and then something happens. Because I kept all day. I was like, but I walked the parade. So what is this?
Okay. That's good
So
to know.
I think they have multiple, like,
Yeah.
it, like, all day, like, because even up until, like, what, 4 in the afternoon,
It was still
It's like
people
this-
marching.
Labor Day is coming, right?
no marching.
It's
Nah,
like
Labor-
around
Labor Day is coming. That's the big one in September. That's
September,
the
yeah, yeah.
Labor Day parade. That's where it's the West Indian parade.
Yes.
On Eastern
Yo,
Parkway.
valid. Yo,
Eastern
dancing
Parkway,
and
you
all that
know,
stuff.
so you know.
Valid, let's
you
get
know.
it.
Look,
I want to
I-
go.
I-
I want to go.
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go as a performer. I want to go as an artist.
Nice. Yeah, well,
Because
yes.
I'm on
get your
that
space.
mindset.
Yes,
That's why I
yes.
went actually yesterday. I wanted to
Okay.
march because I wanted to see, like, if I was an artist, could I, like, do this? And
Yeah.
because I support LGBT as an artist. I am part of LGBT. So I'm like, yeah, I want to support you guys, and I want to, you know, y'all need to hear my music just as much because it's about us.
Yes.
Yo, which
But
if we
it was
can,
really-
I would
it
love
was
to
really
end the
amazing
tape
to
with
see
some
that.
music.
Yeah, I could
of
definitely
his.
do that.
I would love to.
for sure.
DHT is out there.
Yeah.
Is in the middle down there. Out.
In the middle is not out yet.
So
in the middle
there's
is
DHT,
not out.
DHT, Eric AZ, DHT, man.
I can't DHT.
Excuse me.
Uh,
I just started calling it DHT because I was like, I saw that.
Right,
I was like,
I've
I
never
like
heard
that.
anybody call it that before.
DHT.
Yeah, I kinda-
don't have time.
Yeah.
Don't have time.
Okay. DHT.
I like it. It
Okay,
just
okay,
gives me
okay.
like when Jay-Z came out with DOA, like Death of Auto-Tune,
Oh yeah.
and it just gives me
Well,
like
yeah.
death of like wasting time, basically, like don't have time.
Don't
Like,
have time.
I just
Look,
jacket. I
if
jacket
you look
crazy.
at the album cover, it has everything that's important
He also
on the
has.
clock, and at the last hour, the thing that we don't have time for is people who call us in the 11th hour, who only meet us right then. And they're like, but every time I call you, you're never
YouTube.
available. But they always call you, and you're a good guy, so you're always gonna come through.
Yes.
We gotta stop making time for those people. It's interesting, yeah. Like I said, I like to make music that makes people remind themselves of their power, and it reminds them like you are the CEO of your damn life. You have the ability to remove people who do not feed a purpose in your life, and you have the ability to hire people who do.
Yes. Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
hear
good
that?
picture there.
Stop building your team, bro. Stop building your team. I was just having a great conversation with my mother about like just what we had, man. You know, and it's so interesting because y'all know like those conversations I've shared with y'all don't go easy, but it's just been a good space, and it was just beautiful to hear her help me understand, like, and with good energy, just saying like, well, you know, yeah, we didn't get that, Robert. We did not get that.
Yeah.
We did not get You know, we got the cards that were dealt to us where the cards were like, you got all these, but you know these, if you play these three right here, you can win the game. You don't stress it out about all these other cards you got. These three right here, you play the game. You know what I'm saying, and you win. You know what I mean? And for her, it was like, it was unfortunate, but it was awareness of like where she was at, you know, what she was given and what she wanted, and then she just moved with that and put herself first because we didn't. I don't come from a big family background where like we have the support of our aunts and uncles and cousins. I mean, love to my cousins. You know what I mean? My story's different in that way. Where my cousins were really trying to hold on and still are. So love to y'all. But in terms of aunts and uncles, like I love y'all and I understand. Like y'all didn't get that, you know. So it's like build your team. My mom was saying like she had to. Yeah, that's what my mom said. I came out here and y'all are my team. I came to build y'all because I wasn't about to have y'all get whatever word you want to choose, like manipulated or corrupted or you know what I'm saying. Enthused by temptation, whatever it is that your story and your family have that have caused division, like you know, if you are the pillar to start it, as my mother was, then I say like hold that down, yo, hold that down and get your mix right. You know what I mean? And love and more power to you.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
All right, so how y'all folks feeling? Because we are an hour in, by the way. So shout out to us. We usually do an hour, which is good. But I definitely want to get some time, some love to that. And on the way,
I feel like we tapped a lot of
closing this, I do want to play your music. So Eric, is there something you would want for me? Do you have a preference? I do have your YouTube page up. Where I do see here that I was interested actually because I don't think I've seen this video, but you have your whole set at One Love, One Mic, featured on here, which
you know what? I think I think you were there. Your
I
footage
might
is
have been there.
included in that video.
Okay, so I might have been okay, cool. So that's the one I was in.
Your
Okay.
footage is included in that video. I think you sent me footage, and I pieced together everyone who sent me footage.
Wait, you were there?
Yeah, I definitely went to one of his One Love, One Mic.
Yeah.
Well, what you didn't see was the Love Don't Love Me.
That
is on. That's on there. That's on.
The acoustic one.
Yes, sir.
The acoustic one.
Real quick, though.
Talk to us.
Yes. Real quick, I was thinking about something Alberry said earlier in the conversation, referring to soulmates.
Yeah.
And so maybe two things. Referring to soulmates, having more than one.
Yes.
And it made me think, can you have soulmates? And then I started thinking about what Rob said about breaking down soulmates.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, well, to have a soulmate is someone that, again, and this I'm hearing this is in this conversation that I'm realizing this. Having a soulmate is someone that you can bare your soul to. Ooh. You can be transparent to. Ooh. And you know that it's a safe space.
Yeah. But that needs to.
Right. So that's usually someone, again, that's why it's usually the person that you marry, the person that you spend your life partner with, because that is the person that you would be most transparent with. But thinking about, can you have more than one? And Rob going, yeah, well, I thought if you have brothers, if you were raised with a brother and you actually y'all get along, then that can be a soulmate. That can be someone that, even if you guys weren't blood, you can still be linked. You would still have found each other. And so again, it made me think, if a soulmate is someone that you would bare your soul in front of, then you can have more than one soulmate.
Yeah, love.
And
they can be more than one gender.
I agree. Well, because one thing you said, Eric, that like added, I guess, to my perspective of how I like to view soulmates is that there's this feeling that like I met you before, right? In different, maybe not in this lifetime, but in the other lifetime we found ourselves. Maybe we were, 1800s, whatever we were doing, right? We found ourselves and our same energies were still there, and now we're here in the present. I do think spiritually, man, when you said that, I was like, yeah, I believe that. I believe that is so true, because you do come across folks, man, and there's like something about the chemistry and the energy that's not explainable, and it's like, but I know you, and then sometimes it is those people that, again, you do develop that with over time, people that you stick with, people that you find out, right, like it's beyond, like right now it's a soul, right? Yeah. So there's people that end up, I do think there's people that we find, and then there's people you reconnect with, right? Because it takes time for soul to really, like, anyway, to connect.
Rob was that person, and I think that's even how we came up in conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because Rob was that person where I had never met Rob before, and the first week was like, yeah, we best friends now.
Yeah.
He's
And then
very
it's been that
playful. It's like,
trajectory
yeah.
since.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, I know I don't know you, but I feel like I've seen you
Yeah.
before, I've met you before.
Mhm.
I recognize your spirit. Something is, and that was probably
Yeah.
one of the first times that I had experienced that, where I was like, where I clicked with, not one of the first, but one of the first times I clicked with someone in that way, and then it was like an actual like, because then even a year later we're like, hey, you know, we call each other best friends, but we've only hung out with each other at work. We should take this thing outside.
Yeah.
And like progressively allow
That
the
is,
friendship to grow. So, but again, it was just this automatic
Blessings,
like,
man.
I don't know who this man is, but we're gonna be friends
Yeah.
for a long time.
And blessing that is true.
It's
been a long time.
unexplainable. That's what I
And
think
you
the
just
just a
soulmates
guy,
piece come from.
13,
man.
you, I don't even know the number anymore. 20 plus.
20 plus years.
That's
for
all I
sure.
keep
Right.
saying. Like, yeah, man, this is a blessing, y'all. Just let's, yeah, this is available for y'all, yo. There's nothing different between us that you can have. Like, we're
Yeah.
just human. That we just keep trying and trying and trying and not giving up on each other. And it's okay to have a capacity and a limit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to walk away. I've walked away from people that I love and I wish well from. I wish well to them. You know what I'm saying? Whether they know it or not. But again, like, duality, you know what I'm saying? Both hand.
Yep.
You make that choice and then you make this choice, and like, I'm just grateful for y'all, man. Love.
Grateful here too, man. Grateful for
Love.
this moment, man. Appreciate it.
Yo, what a great
It was awesome,
conversation, man.
It was great. We tackled the more. I mean, we probably could have dove into some more too.
Of
but
course.
we just
That's the
maybe
thing
for
about
another
this
time. Eric, I will say I did try the
video.
the QR code
Oh.
thing, but it didn't work really. It wasn't. Yeah, I don't know if
Oh,
maybe. I don't know if it's maybe because my I don't know if it
tried
just
it with
doesn't
RBI's
register.
phone?
Yeah, it didn't
Okay.
really go through.
Dang.
It's only gonna take you
It
to
did.
well, the QR takes you to my
Website?
link tree, which just has everything on it. But
On
the
it.
most important thing that
Let
just
me
check out
search this up.
ericazmusic.com.
Yeah.
Go to ericazmusic.com.
trying to
Yes,
set that
plug
up.
it in. Let's plug it in again one more time.
ericazmusic.com. Or you can find me on IG at e.8az6.
Love.
I'll say that two
love.
more times, one time slow.
Nah,
on
I'm gonna put it
IG
on here so I will show it the
at
folks.
e.8az6. I don't have to say it the third time because none of us here are hearing impaired, and you can rewind the video.
Yeah, heard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But he's also gonna
Let me see. I'm
do
trying
a
to put up the.
service and put it up. Actually,
yeah, let
watch.
me
You'll
see
see.
Yes,
the words. Hold on a second.
Like I said, you can play whichever song. Like I said, I think for the message of Mental Health Month, I always love to say, I can't, I don't have time.
Oh, it did work.
Love Don't
Oh,
Love Me
so
is
it, yo,
more-
Eric, it worked. It worked.
Oh, when you moved it,
Yeah,
maybe you
it
needed to see
worked.
the tree.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. So now you know if you ever join any other live or anything on Zoom or any video interviews, you know you can.
Man, I love you, kid.
Yeah,
That was
Well,
Let
that
him
was
know.
the beauty.
Let
That
me
was
have
the
That's
beauty
good.
of having
tree.
of doing this and
Smart guy.
having this moment, because I was like, right before when we started getting ready, I was like,
No, that's
I
good.
wonder,
That's good.
I could wear it, but then they won't be able to scan it.
Yeah.
Nah, I
And
That's
I
love
was
good.
going
That's
to
brother,
good.
post
love.
something, and I was like, that's too much.
Yeah, hace calor por esa camisa.
It's interesting. This
It's
was a
hot.
test to see if it would work. So the fact that you confirmed it, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
nah,
yeah.
it worked. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
It's good to know. All right, so now I got the YouTube up, but wait, let me fix the screen up real quick. All right, so now I got the YouTube up on the
Yo,
page.
thank you for
so,
joining us, Eric. Thank you
but
again.
actually, let me put the website. No, because it was Eric AZ Music. I did have the website. up.
.com.
Yeah.
Yes, ericazmusic.com.
Yeah, I already have it
And
right
that's
here.
the-
So
Yo,
pop
if
it up so you
you-
can see
if
There's
the
a lot
website.
of cool
able to
stuff
follow
happening on
him.
that site now.
So yeah, you should see this is the beautiful. Oh, this is really nice right here. Oh, this is what you did in Coexist. So this is I didn't see this performance here in Coexist. Although I love that place. Coexist is pretty
Coexist?
cool.
Oh,
yeah,
that was actually a great moment where I
Coexist
met
is
him after
pretty
work,
fun.
and it was a
Coexist is
competition
pretty
that he
fun, man.
won.
Oh yeah.
So love
Oh, yeah.
to that. Love to
So
everyone
that's what I'm
else who
playing
was
now
up.
on the screen.
The
But
first
that's-
competition of its kind. They were the first. I was
Really?
the first time they had done the competition. So I am the inaugural first winner of the Coexist special stage music showcase.
Shout out,
Really?
shout out.
Wow.
Nah, my guy did his thing. I was able to get there after work,
Yeah.
and I didn't
Yeah.
make the performance, but boy, oh boy, the energy afterward.
And that video that's
So
on there,
live.
it documented the entire experience. So gives you, it
Right.
lets you hear what the judges said, like what
Right.
their critiques were. So yeah, it was a really eye-opening night.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They had nothing but beautiful things to say to him, honestly.
Yeah, no, and the space in general, I've been there a couple of times. It's really supportive, man. I haven't been there since. I do hope to go back. It's really dope.
Well, you know, I'm friends with the owner. I know the owner.
Oh,
she was one of the she's in the video. She's one of the
judges.
The judges, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think I met her.
What is her name? I just know her beautiful locks, right?
Yeah, I think I met her. I had a chance to shake her hand, but she's dope. Yeah. And I know the downstairs area must have looked freaking amazing, like the performance area. Because when I went, it was still very new.
They have the nice little stage set up, the nice little lounge area.
They sometimes they go live on Twitch still, and they show these performances.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, which is pretty dope. Coexist, man. Nice. NYC is on 30.
Yes, sir. Not too far from 34th.
Nah, I believe it's right next to GMHC.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the 30s. It's in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like 39, 38 or something.
Pretty dope. Yeah, I'll end it with that. I'll play that video when we end here. This is pretty dope because I haven't seen it, so it's gonna be cool for me to watch it too. The whole thing with the website up.
Make sure y'all tap in, man. My brother posts up a lot. His Eric AZ.
Yes, for sure.
86, I believe, on his Instagram. And he definitely
E.8AZ6.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard it there. Say it one more time, please.
E.8AZ6.
Gangster. And I just love my guy. Just, he's very much. You're not gonna be missing a performance. Like if you tap in, and you can see that he's gonna show you exactly what his layout is and where he's gonna be. Where you can expect
stories and take people on journeys.
Yeah, man.
Yes, and we need more of that, and we need to support more local artists. I mean, I'm a producer, artist,
I'm an artist myself. That y'all about to see me get out there, baby.
Right. We need more of that, especially with a lot of our artists doing bullshit stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of funny stuff happening with these celebrities,
That's
man. Last week we spoke about the Fat Joe stuff, so.
What he said, what Jay-Z said.
So, it's cool over here. Independent artists, man, we need it, man. We need to support each other.
I think that the independent artists, and maybe it's just because of the way I see myself, but I think there are a lot of independent artists right now that are the new celebrities. It's just that we're in this transition of the original celebrity culture dying, and now having to reformulate that.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, nigga. Your best friend is a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
Like you might want to get in over there and
Yes.
So I think that's what's really happening. We're in that transition where the way that the world worshipped celebrities before is dying, and we're reforming that now. The peers of like, yo, my boy's a producer, you should check him out. And that kind of networking and building up the next generation of celebrities, but not in the same context, not without the same level of mystery that they used to have because of social media and all this.
That's right.
Word. And speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to ALBYBEATZ, Tunes in My Head Volume 1. You already know, get on that.
Yes.
My visuals already out. Tunnel Vision and Been a While. Pop that up, you know what I'm saying? Love, man. We out here, we doing it.
The I Can't and I Don't Have Time video is coming very, very soon.
And we'll be playing that. We'll show a lot of love here on
The video is coming very, very soon.
Yes.
You do your 20, we got the 80. We're going to put that on blast, baby. That's it.
That's right, man.
Do your work. You're doing it. Love to you, man. I appreciate you so much. Thank
appreciate
you
you
for
so
tapping
much,
in.
man. Thank you so much. So, Eric, thank you for having us and giving your perspective as well on such an important topic to close out men's mental health awareness month. So meditate. If you ain't catch that, meditate.
Yeah.
Whether that's stretching every day, reach out to your people. Folks got you. Especially I'm speaking to my brothers out here. The summertime. Also, y'all reminded me with that story y'all shared briefly.
Yeah.
Things do get crazy in the summer, so be safe, y'all.
Stay aware.
Stay cool. It's okay to walk away, man.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not worth it.
Do what my brother did. Make a direct decision. See what's going on and be like, you know what? I should.
Sometimes I think we see it, man. Especially, we see it. We know it's time to go and we stay. So.
Well, that's what, again, I don't have time.
Yeah.
You don't have time for bullshit, so you got to walk away.
Yeah,
play that song. If you really feeling some kind of way, you can get your aggression out and you can go play that song. And if you really feel like going back and doing something, then that's on you. But if you play that song, I think it'll give you at least a good 5 minutes to be like, all right.
Yeah, that's exactly.
All right.
Let me do something different. Yeah, because we need it. We can't,
One love.
Right here, man.
Love for the peace. Not love for the
streets.
So,
we're going to end this properly. Eric and AZ, we're signing out. I'm going to play the video. You might hear it. I don't know if I don't think you'll get to hear it Eric on our end, but
Okay.
maybe I
good,
can
man.
actually. But I should share my screen with Eric so he can
He
watch
was
it with us.
there.
He was like he was there, yeah. So he knows what happened. It was his show.
Nah, but love, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Grateful.
thing, man. Thank you again. This is awesome. So let me share the window, right? Is it this? I'm gonna share this window right here. You see it now, Eric? You see your
Yes, I do.
you see your website?
Yes.
All right. So let me play this now because I have not seen this actually.
Upstairs. Why are you even there? Calm down, Agatha.
Let me see. Make sure it shows.
He's on. He can tell you.
Who won?
He looks familiar.
Say what?
The first rapper looked familiar.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Long hours.
Oh, I know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still am connected with all of those artists. Yeah.
Yeah.
By show of hands, how many people in here?
Hip hop gamer from Hot 97. Yeah, he was one of the judges.
Of you who practice self-love, practice aggressive self-love. Aggressive self-love, in its simplicity, is the ability to say no with no remorse, no afterthought, or nothing afterwards. You should be able to say no and be just fine, and whoever has a problem with it, that's their issue. With that being said, this song is a series of no's. Hit it. What you think I look like? Bitch, I'm important. I don't sit around. No, I am not a doormat. Yes, I am all that. Can I take your order? I will have the stage, the mic, and some orders. Got a little talent. We're getting mushy. I could be a monster. I could be a bitch. That don't mean shit if it ain't about my biz. I got too much going to be worried about a bitch. Working on my goals, I am working on my trust. I got trust issues in me. You should trust that I am the truth. And my words are fairy dust. Guaranteed to make you want to jump. Get your ass up there. I am not a thief, I know. This is not the hell. I ain't even tripping off that feeling that you felt. When you do your thing, you'll be like, 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 I can't and I don't have time.
Shout out to Will in the back. Will's a very good supporter of Eric's and everybody, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we ain't happy,
Mikey.
if we ever made green, hit him with the dust, that's all that bank, can't bounce that. If we have to eat, hit him with the stone face. It's all about peace, love in the streets, one love the all, but not for the least. Can we get some healing? Stop with all the drama, stop with all the fuckery, the hate. I am tired of turning on my TV and feeling so enraged. Feeling like my soul could burst into a flame. Rising from the pain like a phoenix. Got my radar only focused on the real shit. So I ain't stopping for the bullshit. Stopping because I don't quit. Stopping because the fear of the mind is obtrusive. Any given chance that you take, you'll screw it. Every single moment is a chance to be through it. Every single day is a life to be lived. Time is of the essence, but not one to kill. You still tripping off that feeling that you feel. Tripping off that feeling. If a bitch think I got time for her, then she gon' have to get cut.
This explanation. Yeah. Love.
When I say bitch, I mean man or woman. When I say she, I mean shenanigans. 2025, we ain't got time for nobody's bullshit. You be right, right.
Yeah. When I say she, I mean shenanigans had me, yo. When I saw this back, I was like, yo, my guy. He know how to write. He know how to write. Like, he know how to write music, and he know how to write introductions. Like, how many of y'all practice self-love? Right? I'm talking about aggressive self-love. Like, just everything. Like, my man, like, yo, I know you got an A+ in your speech class.
Yeah, he's stupid. He's, I know you got an A+. Yeah.
Man's presentation.
I don't even
is
think
A1.
I don't even think I've gotten an A in my speech class. I've gotten an A in like my English class and my creative writing classes.
There it is.
It's
There it is.
stupid. But no, that was beautiful. Oh, man. And then what I like about seeing this is just like the difference in the performance. Because I seen you perform this song very early on.
Right.
And then seeing what everything you've added to it now is like, it's
Yo,
brand
bro.
new. But Rob's been telling me that for a while. He's like, yo, you got to see the acoustic
Yeah.
version because it's like it's a
Yeah.
brand new song. So that's fire.
Yeah.
Eric. That's
Yo,
fire.
yo,
That's fire.
see what he did with his
it's
glasses?
crazy
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, E.
Yeah,
Go ahead, E.
the original version of the acoustic song is out, but
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
got
sir.
inspired to do. I wanted because I wanted to start venturing into again because my message is love.
Yeah.
That's my message is love, and so I wanted to do something that was a little bit more, MTV Unplugged, and the result from it has been like someone I did a show
Phenomenal.
yesterday, and not someone, one of my friends who was
Yeah.
there. Like as I'm getting ready to go up, they grab my arm like soap opera,
Ay,
telenovela,
Dios
grab my arm,
mío.
and they're like, "You're doing Love Don't Love Me, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like it's be the way that I can't and I don't have time has become a staple for me where people know if you ever go into a room, you were there that night for the first night, but you to see it now, you're like you
Yo,
would think like you're
for
missing
real.
something. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
did
yeah.
I
For real.
did I miss the memo?
real.
'Cause
Yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
everybody know the lyrics?
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
That's how a Love Don't Love Me is becoming,
Nice.
and it's crazy because
Mm.
going into what y'all talking about, not to extend the conversation, but going into what y'all talking about, I've been hearing. Today I went to go post a clip of my performance yesterday, and it's the second time I was brought to tears doing so because I can hear men, guys in the background singing the song, identifying with the song,
Wow.
and it's like it's such a it's still something that I'm trying to process
beautiful.
because and I still try. I'm like, why are you crying? And I'm
beautiful.
crying
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm like, I asked myself today, I was like, why do I cry when I hear that? And because it reminded me, I'm like, to the respect of what you guys are doing right now, it was like, oh my gosh, like the men out here need love. They need someone who is going to articulate their
That
feelings
for-
in the way
yep.
that they don't necessarily
Yes.
know how to.
Yes.
And to hear them singing the song, to hear them identifying with it, and I'm just like, I guess it's the reminder because that song is for man or woman. It's
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to hear men, hear them like, yo, love don't love me, and to say it and to understand that concept and to feel that concept, it's like, yeah, they don't. Y'all, they're not feeling it, and it reminds you to love on each other a little bit more
Yes.
because the girlfriend may not be doing her freaking job.
Yeah.
So your bros, this is where your bros come in,
Yeah.
so that you can lean on them. But it's becoming one of the songs that I'm just like,
Wow.
I didn't know that it could be what it's becoming. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's the power of music, man, and the power that it has in transformation. So that's beautiful. That's awesome. To have your music move people, and then again, men in such a way that makes them feel vulnerable. That's awesome.
Yeah, we can
Because, again,
tap
we need
out
more.
and turn the cameras off and just have Love Don't Love Me play out if that's possible.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
You know what I
definitely have
mean?
that at close
Well,
out. So.
I mean, that's up to y'all. I mean, I don't.
Brother,
Want to
you
know
are
what's
the
so
f-
funny,
you are the-
Alberry? I
Yeah.
don't. You know why I don't like the song?
Right.
Because I don't like the frequency. I don't like the frequency, and so
interesting,
that's why it hurts.
interesting.
Because I'm
It's
like, I don't
beautiful.
want people to.
It's beautiful, my brother.
But as much as I don't want to sing it, because I don't want people to feel that way, it's in performing. I'm like, oh my God, y'all feel that way.
it's powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
You know, E,
great
I
to
would
me
I would
to know.
advise
Because
yeah.
when you speak to people, but then you can have a conversation afterwards. That's why it's beautiful, man. And I think
Yes.
hopefully it's a blessing for folks who become your supporters and fans of you. Hopefully they'll get to hear more of you as you talk with them and get to engage with them on the meaning of the song and
Right.
and the
I think that's the beauty of
and the power
music,
that-
that
yeah,
you can
yeah.
grow together.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that is
and
for
I mean,
conversation.
and that's the
it
beauty.
continues with that, yeah.
Yes, and that's the beauty of seeing a live performance because
Yeah.
you get a full story. So you get like, hey, this happens, but we don't have to stay here.
Yes.
We can move past that. So again, if you wanna to get the full experience, you got to check out an Eric AZ show. It's called the AZ Experience. You got to come get the experience that is Eric AZ, and I
Yes.
promise you, you will leave with a different mindset of love and how we do things. And yes, music is a universal language. It
Yes.
truly is.
Amazing.
Love to you, my brother. Love to you, my
Yeah,
guy.
man. This is
Love
good.
to
This is
you,
great,
RBI,
man.
everything,
Yeah, RBI.
everything,
Shout out
man.
to DJ RBI. We'll
You
be
know-
on
oh,
set
tap-
in a minute. We're gonna tap in as
About
well.
to-
So
we
you see
about to
us
dance, baby.
So, in a second, we're about to bring back season 2.
Gangster.
So, this is great, Eric. Hope to have you on soon as well. Perhaps when we even catch one of your performances. So, are you performing anytime soon? So you could
I
Yeah,
just
plug.
finished my last June show yesterday.
Well, shout out to
I'm
that.
currently booking though. I am
Okay.
currently booking, and I've gotten a few offers, but I'm currently booking for July and August. But there are some shows coming up. I know that there's some set shows in place in August, and there is some definitely going to be some big shows happening in September for my birthday month. So yes,
Yeah, I heard
Nice.
it here
Beautiful. Yeah,
first.
yes. I heard it
Yeah,
here
I heard it
first.
here
Yes.
first. And book him. Book him if you need an
yes,
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
yes. There's a place on my
Book
website where you can
him.
go and you can scroll down like I
And we
want to
had,
work with Eric AZ.
yes.
So
Yo,
yes, check
guys,
it
yeah.
out. Hit me up on IG. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, let's
man.
go. Let's go.
And with that, we can sign off, man. This is beautiful again. It's your boy AL-BEATZ,
Rob
Alby,
Hegan.
Rob Hegan. Then we got Eric AZ, man, the wonderful. So thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Manuscript, y'all. So let me, with that, just sign off.
Gangster.